Hello. So today we're just going to have a quick look at the really getting ourselves prepared for the exam. So we've done the study on our visual text, the Shawshank Redemption, and we need to figure out how to apply all that knowledge, okay, all the quotes and ideas and so forth. How does that all glue together into answering a question in the exam and writing an essay on that. So to do that, first we look at the criteria of the exam, and that is to analyse specified aspects of studied visual or oral text supported by evidence. And of course, our studied visual text is The Shawshank Redemption, directed by Frank Darabont. So analyse is explaining what techniques were used, and in that respect, what we do is we take the film as this great big thing and we break it down into lots of little things that all go together to make up, the film. And we're really, that's all about talking about the techniques and how they were used. And specified aspects, that's the question that you choose. You'll get a choice of 8 questions, and unlike the level 1 exam, it's not that easy to predict the question. And level 2, you need to know about 8 different areas of stuff, you've got to know the text fairly well, and you've got to be able to connect bits and pieces. So that's an area that we're gonna look at. And finally, the evidence is the film techniques. Those are the examples you use, the specific examples you use. Now, you're asked about language features, and NZQA in every exam sort of tries, I don't know whether it's deliberate, but they confuse everybody by talking about using language features. Now, in this bottom right-hand corner here, this is the box that they used to include with the exams. They don't anymore, but this is what they're talking about when they're talking about language features. Okay, they're talking about all this sort of stuff. And, mise en scene, camera work, shots, zooming in, zooming out, panning, dialogue, voiceover, sound effects, soundtrack, all that sort of stuff is what the NZQA are talking about when they talk about language features. Now, we've got a trick, a cheat, if you will. We've got something that we use in every body paragraph, and this shows that we're analysing. Okay, we're ticking that box, and here is the form of that sentence. Really, the key word is through the use of, and we can substitute any number of techniques in here: close-up, mise en scene, dialogue, voiceover, high angles, low angles, costuming. Darabont emphasises, or Darabont reveals, or Darabont shows, and we don't even have to use the director's name all over the place. Here are some examples that show you. So through the close-up of Andy's face, that's our technique. Our example, the audience can see his fear and apprehension as he enters Shawshank Redemption, and that is analysis. Through the use of a low-angle shot of the high grey walls of the prison, the audience is able to understand how intimidating the prison looks. Through the use of costuming and voiceover during the court scene and the cross-cut scene of Andy in the car, the director is able to reveal the setting as 1947 US. Okay, so that's the sentence. We need that in every single body paragraph, and obviously we need the specific examples to go with it. I've got a couple of links that I've put in the slides thing that you can click on, exam papers and the examples of the answers for the last 3 years. Well, there's the link for the NZQA site. You can go back as long as you want there, but I've downloaded some PDFs and put them in that folder. Also, the second link. Now, this is a key thing that we need to look at here. This is what I was talking about. We've got all these little things around the wheel: the human experience, connection, characters and character change, setting, techniques, turning points, key moments, ideas, themes, purpose. of those 6 or so things, we need to understand maybe 4 of them fairly well, because the chances are our question is going to have some sort of connection, or the 8 questions will have, there'll be something in there that will try and connect up some of these things here. And if we understand a reasonable proportion of this, we'll be well prepared for the exam. And that's what we're going to be looking at this coming week. We're going to be looking at putting together introductory paragraphs and body paragraphs, and of course, finally, conclusions, to prepare ourselves for the end of the year. But the piece of writing that we get from this we'll also be able to use in our writing portfolio.